Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Liz. I mainly just film videos on specific things I'm working on to keep myself accountable, and I also think it's kind of interesting to see what other people are working on as well. So that's kind of what my channel is. So today we're going to be talking about Masterclass. So Masterclass is a website you can go to watch like training videos, or it'd be similar to like online learning. So here I have pulled up the Masterclass website. So it is $180 a year for this membership, and then you get like basically unlimited access to what they call their teachers or instructors here. So you can see some of the names here. And the reason I signed up is because I saw Malcolm Gladwell, many authors, Margaret Atwood, Shonda Rhimes. So you're really learning from the best or the most popular people in certain parts of different industries, which is kind of what drew me in, and I saw all the ads and stuff. So I signed up and I split the membership. So it was like $90 for me, $90 for my sister, and then used the same account. So here are the instructors. Full disclosure, I have canceled my membership for the year. So I tried it for a year and then I decided to cancel it. Now, there were kind of a few reasons for canceling. One, I just did not have the amount of time. For some reason, I thought, oh, I would love to I could just sit down and watch cool training videos all day, you know? I just thought I would have more free time, but then I realized that I really like reading more, and I needed more specifics as well. So the first one was time, just finding the time. It is very hard to compete for people's time. I mean, I have chores I could be doing, I have errands I could be running, I have work that I could be catching up on, I could be watching TV, I could be reading, so there were too many things competing for my time. So I will specifically go into the classes that I took for Masterclass, but I no longer have one. I say that it's good to try out if you're curious and you want to take a couple classes, but like keep in mind which classes you want to take those and then cancel at the end of the year. So the first one is time. The second thing is I don't think they were specific enough. Like, I feel like I needed somebody with a whiteboard. There was just a lot of speaking, especially when I was taking classes from like the Starbucks CEO and Disney CEO. I just felt like they were just talking like that. I mean, it's kind of cool because when are you ever going to talk to Robert Iger? But it was like, it wasn't specific enough for me to use any of the tools that was being taught, you know? Like they were just very vague and general lessons. And I feel like maybe if I went more towards cooking, it would be a little more specific, but some of the leadership ones, I was like, what is this? And they were short. It was very strange. I will say the one that I fully took, I think there were 3. So Daniel Pink, right here, he is a phenomenal author. I've read 2 of his books. One was called When. So let's scroll here. This guy here. So I read this April 15th. So I don't have the notes because I didn't start taking notes, but and then I matched it to Sales and Persuasion, so his class. And I also read his other book, Drive here. Also, again, don't have notes there, but it's also linked to Sales and Persuasion here. So how I have this link, so you can go to the sales class. So this is under courses, so I'll navigate there. So this is under courses, and I have Sales and Persuasion is kind of the themes of this class. So I took a little picture. I have the name of the class, status complete, topics, who the teacher was, how much it costs, and I have either a Masterclass, Udemy, and I'll do a review on some of these other ones. Author, books written. So I have a few of these relational databases built into Notion. All you have to do is add a property, and then you add a relation to a different database. And so let's go ahead and delete this one. Okay. So here he had actual examples, and this is why I loved his class. So he had all kinds of examples. I took screenshots, right? So here's 3 different signs, and to see which one caused people to actually wash their hands. So they said it was either you, they referred to patients, or they said like kind of a slogan, and actually the one that outperformed was sign 2. So it's very interesting, and he showed all kinds of maps and things that I could actually use later on in my career, or just when I need to, like as far as psychology goes, for managing people, for selling something. Not that I'm in sales or anything, but you always have to sell something. So, and it referenced a lot of stuff from the book Switch, which I think was cool, and Paradox of Choice. But there were like, here's all my notes, and I'll do a more detailed video on his class specifically. But I do think that class was well worth it. I mean, would it be $180? Not sure, maybe combined with my other classes. So I took his class. I took a creative writing class with Margaret Atwood. So that one was really good. So I have that one in here as well. So I finished that one. And then this advertising and creativity class by Jeff Goodby. So he's the one who coined Got Milk, you know. So it was cool, and I have lots of quotes, and I really enjoyed that class. But again, these classes were more like watching like a documentary. They weren't necessarily like training. So I think as far as training goes and technical skills, I think I would still lean towards more Udemy. I'm working on Skillshare right now, so I will do a review on Skillshare because I started that one up once I canceled the Masterclass one. But overall, I thought the classes were pretty good. I also had this Robert Iger and this one with the Starbucks CEO, but I wasn't that impressed with those. Again, I can't get off the vague. It was just lack of time and the vagueness in the videos. But I do think it's such a cool concept because you get to learn from the best. And when are you ever going to be able to sit down with Margaret Atwood? I mean, come on now. You know, so I'm trying to get past that, but when I saw Daniel Pink on there, I was like, sign me up. That is like my favorite author. I want to read his other book, something about selling as a human or something. And he has one other, I think. But Daniel Pink, he's like the gold standard of nonfiction books. So it would be the same if it was like, what are those brothers that did Switch and Upstream? Let's find those. Like if they did a class. I think it's Dan Heath. Oh yeah. Like if these brothers, yeah, Dan Heath and there's another brother. It's not important because he's like the backup brother, right? But if they did a class, I would sign up for it. So I do think it was cool. And Malcolm Gladwell, I didn't finish his class, but I thought it was good. I just, again, 2 things, time and vagueness of the courses. So I think I'm going to stick to Udemy for the technical, or She Codes, or some other platform for technical. But I'm glad I tried it out. You guys might have a different opinion of the classes. I don't know if you guys have Masterclass, or you want to link or right below what classes you took or looked interesting to you. I just don't think they were technical enough for what I was looking for. But I wanted to give like a good review on Masterclass just because I see the ads all over the place, and a lot of my friends will ask me, they're like, oh, I heard you tried Masterclass, how was it? And this is my honest feedback. I just don't think it's worth it for the $180 a year. I feel like you can get like 17 classes on Udemy for that, probably even more when they're on flash sale. But maybe somebody has a different opinion about the cooking classes. I mean, the concept's, it's there. So, and Dan Pink did, I think, the best because he had actual examples and stuff. But there's so many teachers. But again, I'm going to try out Skillshare, and then may do a little comparison because I think it'd be interesting to see how Skillshare kind of goes against Masterclass. But that is how I was kind of tracking them in Notion. I have in courses. And so, like, for instance, my Python class, I put, like, see, it says Udemy, and here's the Masterclass Udemy. So I can keep track of what platform I'm taking the classes on. But this is my honest review of Masterclass. If you guys have tried it, say something below and write what you thought about it, because I just was not super impressed. It's hard because I really like some of the classes, but it's just $180 a year. That's a lot of money. And I like how they're like paid annually, you know? Yeah, so billed annually, so you're really getting like a fat thing, like $180 one day. Anyway, write below what you guys thought of the classes, or if you're still interested, I can answer some more questions. The classes were pretty short, so they were kind of like this, kind of like almost like YouTube, and then it would be like range from like 10 to 15 minutes. Each one was a concept, and yeah, it was like kind of like a playlist in YouTube, so it was interesting. Anyway, I hope this helped you guys, and I will see you guys next time.